What's going on, everyone? Welcome to Non-Fungible Guys. I'm your host, Ryan, and as always, we're in the basement of my house. Devon, take it away. Go do the intro.
Okay, awesome. We are in the studio, back in Canada, back in Toronto. The studio is Ryan's basement, but it looks good. It's not a crappy basement. There's hockey memorabilia on the wall from some amazing moments. You know what? Let's focus. This is a Web3 podcast. We are Non-Fungible Guys. If you're new here, we talk about cryptocurrency, NFTs, the blockchain, everything in between, and of course the people within it. Is there anything else we normally say?
Nothing we say is financial advice.
Right.
We don't know anything. We don't deep dive.
No. Sometimes.
Did you turn the music down a little bit?
Okay, I have to do that a little bit.
He actually turned the dial down on nothing.
Stupid. I'm just like, yeah. Did it with, like I'm like a DJ, you know?
Yeah.
All the EDM DJs that are just, they press play and then just mess around for an hour and a half.
Yeah, you just move your hands around.
There's a great
fist pump.
Yeah, there's a great YouTube video. Okay, and like all they do is like dim the volume, and then like for the drop they're just like, oh, and then move around a lot. There's a video of I forget what it's called. It's on YouTube. It's called like EDM DJs doing nothing. It's amazing. I'll send it to you. Maybe I'll post it. And it literally just shows like it's a camera just showing them do nothing, just touching knobs and stuff and pretending. And I'm like,
hey,
like,
modern DJ.
It's amazing. It's hilarious, by the way. Okay, so
what'd we do this week? What'd you get up to?
Did you introduce yourself?
I said I'm Ryan, and I said Devon, take it away, but you didn't introduce yourself technically.
I am Devon at Devon Codrington on Twitter. The podcast is at Non-Fungible Guys on Twitter. You should follow. It's great. You get more content like this. Okay, let's get into it.
High grade material.
Yeah, very, very scripted. We practice this. This banter has been rehearsed.
Yep. If you guys like coffee, go to Cardano Coffee Club.
That too.
Use the code word NFG on our bag of coffee and get a discount.
What blend is this?
That is Folgers.
Oh, I know.
We don't have shipping in Canada. Or no, we do have shipping now. Do we?
No, that's only for the merch, not for the coffee yet.
Oh, yes, that's right.
And also, the reason this is not the Cardano Coffee Club blend is because they're at my house.
Yeah, you split it and you took yours.
Yeah. Okay, cool.
Awesome. Shout out Cardano Coffee Club.
Yes, sweet.
All right, so you're just staring at me. What did we get up to this week? Devon, what'd you do this week? What'd you mint?
I mint. Oh man, you want to talk about this crypto raggy?
Yes, let's talk about crypto raggies.
Oh, so embarrassing. Yeah, I have to talk about it since I said it. Crypto Raggy is a project that we like. This is not even what we're supposed to talk about, but we talked about this project a while ago, back in June. Apparently, server error tweeted to us and was like, I should have listened to this and done something about it. Thanks for that alpha. It wasn't even alpha. It was just
it was just a project we were talking about.
Yeah,
they've been doing a bunch of stuff.
I'd say we were ahead though.
Well, I mean, we minted wave 4. So we'd already missed a couple waves when I found out about it.
So you've already minted four times already, though.
4 or 5. Yeah, they're on wave 7.
Okay. Gotcha.
So I've minted 4 and then I won 1. So I think I hold 5 raggies right now. I wish we were like a couple months earlier,
right,
to get the plushies and all the. There's a bunch of different special NFTs.
So either way, I got a raggy as well, and then I was midsummer. I don't know what happened.
The bear market showed up.
Yeah, that's true. And I was mad, whatever, emotional investor. And I put it up for sale. And then I was just like, shoot, I wish I didn't sell that. And it turned out I hadn't, but I forgot that I hadn't. And then I went to go buy another one. And when I went to go buy another one, the one that was up for sale had literally sold like 10 hours before. And I was like, what the heck? Like, I'm an idiot.
I love it.
And so then I was just like double down and then bought my latest raggy for double the price of my initial one.
So the floor is rising on raggies, so you better jump in there now, but it's not financial advice. What's even funnier about your story is you thought you had sold it because when you go in your pool PM or whatever.
Oh, I know.
You don't. No. I got to clarify it for people.
But just I want to clarify. I know how it works.
I know.
Okay.
I'm just explaining it to people.
Thank you.
You go to pool PM, and if you have something up for sale, you won't see it in your wallet. So that potentially happened with Devon. He just assumed it had sold, and then
And it's funny because
4 months later, when he finally is like, "Oh, I got to buy back into the project," he was 10 hours too late because he technically was still part of the project up until 10 hours prior.
And the funny thing is, when I did put it up for sale, I was like, you were like, remember, you actually said this. You were like, Devon, remember, like, you know, it's going to remove from your wallet. I'm like, Ryan, I know. I've sold things before. I literally said that. That was the conversation we had. I was like, I know, Ryan. And then I thought I had sold something else, and I just assumed that everything that was listed was sold. And I just didn't pay attention to it.
So awesome.
I love how you said so awesome. That is pretty
It's a fun
awesome.
Story.
It's embarrassing. It's happened to people, though. I know it's happened to people with a lot. Happened to Burns last year with something pretty big, didn't it? Was it his?
Oh,
his
clay.
His clay.
He had put it up for sale, but he put it up way above floor price because he had a special one.
Yeah.
And he went on vacation with his family and came back, and he's like, "Oh crap! I forgot I had this stuff." It wasn't a bad thing because it's still sold for a ridiculous amount of ADA.
But he could have got way more at that time, though.
I think the floor was rising, but either way, he didn't lose anything.
The key thing is when you travel, check your wallets before you travel, because that's the. Anyways, you know what? Speaking of travel,
why did we travel?
We just came back from Vegas, baby.
Vegas, CNFT Con.
Yes, and that's also why this episode's being released on a Saturday, because, well.
We need to recover.
We need to recover. And I was like, Ryan, let's record this day. And we kind of just forgot what day it was because we took the red eye home.
Yes, we did. It felt like 3 days of travel, but.
Yeah. And then because of the date we flew home, none of our rides were available. So we had to take the transit back to our homes.
Yep.
It was, I don't want to say how much, it was a lot of travel. A lot.
Yeah, it was.
12 hours or something.
No, it ended up being like, by the time I got home, it was like 14 hours.
Yikes.
From when we left Vegas, layover, all that. It was about 14 hours. And then, the next day it's work and there's no time to catch up. So we're 3-4 days out from, or 3-4 days from getting home. But you know what? Hey, we're here. We're still doing it. It's still this week. We still have dropped every week since we've started.
That's true. We used to drop on Saturdays sometimes too, anyways.
Which reminds me, shout out to Freedom 35ers. They just hit their 1 year anniversary this week as well.
Nice.
So
that was their thing on Thursday?
I believe, Friday or Thursday, or they did a stream or something.
They did a stream that was a different day.
Yeah, usually do the Monday live stream, and I think they did Thursday. Either way, they hit their 1 year mark. So shout out to them.
Congrats, boys!
Happy birthday! Congrats.
CNFT
Con.
Yeah, let's start with CNFT Con. So we went to CNFT Con, as you know. If you didn't go, you should have gone, and you should go next year.
CNFT Con stands for Cardano NFT Conference.
Yeah.
Just anyone that's newer listening.
Yeah.
It was a conference. It's like any other conference that you would go to. The thing that I think was special about this one was, it's CNFTs, Cardano NFTs, but it seemed like it was more. It's more of a family, more community driven, because it's like NYC NFT or NFT NYC conference is literally just all blockchain stuff showing up. This one, I don't ever hear of a Solana conference, or I know Polkadot does one.
Yeah,
but it's more like Polkadot the chain as opposed to NFT community.
Yeah, also because Polkadot's chain is built that way to be that connector kind of deal, right?
Right. So I feel like this was like a community. There's no ETH conference. You know what I mean? That's what I'm just trying to say. No, that's very community.
There is a Bitcoin conference, but that it's completely different. They don't have NFTs,
right?
They have different utilities. Bitcoin's a different beast. But having been to, so you went to Collision in Toronto.
Yep.
I didn't go to NFT NYC, but I've been to many other conferences, motorcycle conferences, photography, et cetera. Nothing has felt like this ever.
No.
And the space was large. This space was a typical conference size. Las Vegas Convention Center. Also, talk about that building. I have never seen a convention center that big in my life.
It was huge.
And
we didn't even go upstairs.
Right.
Because that's where all the talks were happening.
Yeah.
Which we'll get into that nonsense later, but
foreshadowing much.
Yeah.
So no, it was an impressive space. There were a lot of people there, but the people there, it was like you walk around, it felt like a high school reunion.
Yeah, I think Ken Adams, Q from Old Money, said to us, this isn't a community conference. It's more of a ownership.
No,
what was it?
You're the F word.
Family? What?
Founders.
Sorry. It was like a founders meetup.
Yeah.
It really felt like it was just everyone's been talking. It's been a year build-up, and we finally all get to meet in person.
Yeah.
It wasn't necessarily like, I felt like there wasn't the general public walking into the conference to see what Cardano NFTs
and there was like there,
but we saw a few families,
but it was interesting because there were people from the general, and the only reason I know that is because when we talked to Fito from Progenixi, he was talking about people that were coming by his booth that he didn't, and I didn't even tell you this because I wanted to save it for the podcast. He was talking about people that were coming to his booth that had no idea about Cardano. They didn't have a wallet, and he was onboarding people to Cardano.
Oh, I wish I would. I was trying to onboard people, but I felt like maybe I need to be more outgoing and talk to people.
It was because when we walked around, like, you know what, let's reel it back to when we checked into the Westgate on Thursday.
Yep.
We were walking into the Westgate, which was pretty. It felt like new old Vegas. You know, it felt like
it was like a modern update on an old building,
which is exactly what it was. But
yes,
it's nice. It's not like a shitty place at all.
No, it was really very nice.
Not like friggin' Fremont or
the old Fremont experience, as they call
old
it.
Vegas.
Old Vegas was interesting.
But no, it was. But you walk around and you're looking and you're like, that's a crypto person. That's you
could 100%. I'm pretty sure, and we've met up with him a few times now. We walked in, and within 20 minutes, we were bumping into Serge from Ugly Bros. Sergio from Ugly Bros. Yeah. It was pretty quick.
Yeah, everyone was just the way it's laid out. You come in, and whether you come in through the front, the back, it doesn't matter. But it just, I think when we walked around the conference, we just had that.
The hotel.
Oh, well, the hotel and the conference. Yeah. We just had those blinders on to like see crypto people as opposed to newer people.
Oh, I see.
You know what I mean? That's what I'm saying. Because it's like there were clearly people there that didn't know what was going on, but we were like so busy being like, oh, it's you, or you know, or vice versa. So
the vice versa threw me off.
Hell yeah.
Even not just at the hotel, the Thursday night and the Friday night. I think we had a couple people come up to us and be like, oh, you're the podcast guys, non-fungible guys. And I was like, holy shit, you recognize us?
Yes. There's shout out to to Neil. Neil from Alberta.
Yeah, he's a big holder in Ugly Bros and CyberX bots, I think. Because I onboarded him to Crypto Boutique, and then he hooked me up with a CyberX NFT.
So, and there was a bunch of people that recognized us from looking at our faces, which definitely threw me off. I did not expect that at all. I literally was like, holy crap, I haven't caught up been in the Discords. Like, I don't know what's going on. No, I'm not going to know anyone. And then it was just like, nope. That's not the case at all. It felt so comfortable. I could not believe it. Like, so comfortable. It was like, I don't even know how to describe it, how comfortable it felt, considering you just walk around and be like, wait, that's this person. And like, they knew who we were. And I was like, how the hell do you know who we are?
Yeah.
Like, and they're like, the podcast. And we're just like, yes, that is us. But okay.
Yeah, it was wild to have someone come up and recognize you and be like, oh, I'm fans.
Yeah.
Like, I like what you guys do, because we're not necessarily a Cardano podcast. We are very heavy in it. We're going to try and branch out a little bit more to different chains. But either way, it was fun to, be noticed, recognized, and also get to meet all the people we've been talking to.
Yeah. Yeah. Really, really cool. And like an experience that I didn't think would have so much value. Like, it was like we weren't there being like, hunting for new guests and we were just like, let's see what happens. And I feel like the highlight was meeting people, which is not, honestly, that's what you want from a conference, to meet people, but I just didn't know it was going to be at that level. Yeah. So all in all, I give that experience like a 10 out of 10 if I were to rate that portion of it.
It lit a fire under my ass for kind of getting excited again for the community.
Yeah.
And all that. But,
for sure. Definitely. So for me too.
Thursday we checked in. The way the hotel works is like you walk in, it's like slot machines right away. Yeah. And then the bar. And then the other side is where you would pick up your Uber and stuff at the back of the hotel. Same thing. You walk in, it's a sports book. And it's just that Westgate sports book compared to all the other hotels we went through.
Agreed, 100%.
Beautiful,
better than MGM, better than Cosmo, like better than any hotel we see on the Strip.
Yeah, it was like 2 movie screens, but I'm speaking in size. 2 movie screens worth of TVs. With sports on all day. Yeah. You can gamble away. There's the little pub bar thing that was there. Like, it was awesome. We ate there like every twice a day we probably
it was
ate
great
there.
Like I can't think of a better sports viewing experience, like better than any bar. Like and Toronto has Real Sports right under the CN Tower and whatnot, and like before I'd say that's a pretty good sports experience, but like man, this was huge.
But that's directly for betting.
Yeah, so they
Real
have
Sports
everything.
is literally just a bar to watch at.
Yeah,
this place had like VIP sections with booths and sofas and like your own TV, and you could sit there all day just gambling on everything.
It was really cool. I know Showtime, like Rose, like Showtime would love this.
Yeah. Well, he hung out with us.
Did, yeah.
What, Friday night?
Yeah, I don't know the day.
We were getting the pizza.
Yes.
Showtime. It was so wild to be like me, you, Showtime, Ken.
Yeah.
Like his wife,
just
like
chilling
and just shooting the shit about NFTs and everything. It was fun. That for me, that was the highlight of my whole.
I agree.
Just hanging out with everyone.
I agree. It was nuts to like just be sitting there and just know that, you can mention this. And you know what I think I said this to Q. I was like, motorcycle community is the only other thing I've seen that's remotely like this, because if you're a motorcycle guy, you can go up to a motorcycle guy and be like, hey, what do you ride? And then there's that commonality no matter what. So I have motorcycle friends that like you would think we would never cross paths, and they look like crazy bikers, and then they're like, we're talking about bikes, and that's cool. But I've never experienced anything like that. This community is that, but even more so, because after the NFTs, you're just talking in Discord or talking with people, you just like become like friends in a different way. So really freaking cool.
So we hung out Thursday, which was good because I found like we got the lay of the land a little bit for the area. And then Friday rolls around, and then more and more people. You could just see the people filtering in throughout the day.
Remember Friday morning, 11 a.m., our check-in, or when the flights got in around 11 noon, the lineup around it was just nuts.
The check-in line.
Yeah.
And then I don't even remember what we that's the day we kind of hung out in the Strip.
Yeah.
We did like 25,000 steps that day, walking around the Strip. And shout out. I'm just going to shout his Discord name out.
Yeah.
Golden Battle Boar in the Shack Discord was like, listen, he told me this like months ago, and I screenshotted it in the Shack Discord. If you go to Cosmopolitan on the Strip, Las Vegas Strip, he's like, you got to go find the Ghost Donkey Bar.
Yeah.
And I was like, how long did we walk around looking for the Ghost Donkey Bar?
Minimum 40 minutes the first time. And then, because remember, we looked the first time and then we like gave up. We're like, this is stupid.
Well, we kept checking all the maps and they're like, Ghost Donkey right here. We're like, where the hell?
And then when we went back, we still looked for another 15. But the first time was easily 40 minutes.
Yeah, wandering.
And then when we found it, it wasn't even open yet.
No, we had to wait 2 hours.
Yeah.
So,
and you can't, no hints.
I'm not going to give any hints, but you definitely, if anyone is ever in Vegas or lives in Vegas anyway, you have to go look for the Ghost Donkey Bar. It's literally like a 25, I think the capacity was 27 people.
Yeah, you're right.
And it's like a speakeasy bar.
Yeah.
So
definitely the coolest strip experience, because
I loved it.
You can't be in there and not. You talk to people there. Like, people are just people there. No one's like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, everyone's there just having a good time.
Yeah.
Or it took us forever to get drinks, but you know what? End of the day, whatever, it was well worth it. So shout out to Golden Battle Boar.
Yeah, very, very cool.
That was awesome.
Good luck for that.
What else? Friday, yeah. So we hung around. So Friday was the pre-party.
Yes.
CNFT Con put on the pre-party. What'd you think of it?
I think that, you know what? Now might as well get into it. I think we didn't go too late, but we had talked about, what time did it start? 9 or something? We rolled up at like 10 or maybe
12. 8, I think it was 7 to 12.
Actually, we were out at 8 because we left to go get the shirts, and we just got back. So
that's right.
Either way, I think I had asked someone. So the large room, huge room, DJ, dance floor. People first standoffish a little bit, but then they were like dancing, talking. Yep. It was like the first networking kind of setup, and it was cool. I think there was drinks inside, but they weren't free.
There was 2 bars, but I think it was a cash bar.
Yeah, cash bars. But it's Vegas. You can buy a drink anywhere and walk around anywhere. So
sidebar for that.
Yeah.
That was the one thing when we first got to Vegas that threw me completely off. Everyone always said you can drink wherever, and drink wherever you want.
Yeah, that
threw me off because we would leave the conference or leave the parties.
Yeah.
You could go get your own beer at the hotel convenience store or bar and walk right in with your own beer.
You can go
you didn't have to buy. So that was, and then the smoking. They've banned smoking when I was like
We were kids.
18,
yeah, we were
17
young.
in bars and indoors anywhere. So it's been like 20 years since I've been around people smoking cigarettes or cigars.
Yeah,
indoors.
Agreed. I remember we referenced it. We used to. Did you work at Delta as well?
Mm-mm.
Oh, I used to work.
I worked in bars.
I used to work at a bingo hall, and like, you know, when we were teenagers, and they would have a smoking section that was like glass, glassed in,
yellow tinted
glass because the smoking, and it was like, you know, that was the only, like, you can't smoke indoors anywhere, and to just see it, that was nuts.
It was fun. But anyways,
anyways,
cash bar at the pre-party.
Pre-party was. It was nice because it was now meeting some of the other people and whatnot. But it wasn't, I'd say, out of the whole conference that were official conference-related events, it was probably the least it wasn't the best. It wasn't bad at all, but like...
It reminded me of like a high school dance where it's like the loud music was loud and everyone was just kind of standing around talking for most of the night.
Yeah.
Because it was the first time we all actually got, for whoever was there, we got to meet each other.
Yeah.
Like we had a good conversation for... I don't know, a good half hour, 40 minutes with Evo from Serenity Pictures.
Yes, that was cool.
Producer, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes, producer,
right? Yeah, the producer of Toxica.
He recognized us, though.
If we didn't... Yeah, he came up behind. He was one of the first ones that came up and goes, "You guys look like podcast guys."
But here's the thing: I wouldn't have that atmosphere didn't make it easy to recognize people because it was dark and everyone was like in that atmosphere. You're kind of grouped up because you got your drink. You stand with the group. It's not as easy to mingle there as it was in the Westgate Center Bar, where you can just get a drink. It's lit, and you kind of see people, and people are kind of mulling about, and you can actually hear what's going on. So you can kind of like infiltrate groups more easily. In that room, it was so loud that people kind of just like, you know, were close to each other and talking in that group, and it didn't facilitate like moving from.
Do you remember how many people were outside the bank, like outside that little hall, closer to the end of the?
And that was more vibrant than the inside.
Yeah,
in a sense.
And then that ended at 12, and then we all ended up at that central bar, anyways, or the sports book bar. But either way, we're mostly in the center of the hotel.
Yeah, so
I really like that hotel.
Yeah, it's good for a conference. It makes it a really easy way for people to collect and meet.
It's attached basically.
Yeah,
right to the convention center. So it's like, and there's one monorail, and it was like 4 stops. You're on the strip, or 2 stops, and you're at the bottom of the strip. So it was perfect.
Yeah. And I guess not to like shit on the Friday meetup. It was good, but I think the only thing I remember asking someone, I was like, so, like, did they make an announcement? You know, like when they kick things off, did someone, like, let's say a party starts at 8.
Right.
Someone comes on the mic and stops the DJ, lows the music. Someone comes on the mic at like 8:40 and says, "What up, everybody? Welcome to the CNFT kickoff party. Yada yada yada. You're here, mingle, get some drinks. We're so excited to see you tomorrow. Blah 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 blah. Talk to some people. Here's an icebreaker for you. Say this.
Yeah.
All right, cool. We're here till midnight. Come say hi to me. Boom, and then you walk off.
Right.
Nothing.
Yeah. I don't. So like we showed up late, so we.
But I had asked someone because I was like, "Did they say anything?" And they're like, "No." The DJ just started, and that was that.
So there was no MC in a sense.
Yeah, and not to say that you needed someone to MC, but like usually there's some sort of a something. Unless I missed that.
I feel like they kind of could have used the MC because if I'm not mistaken, they had released the agenda for the pre-party like DJs.
Yeah.
Actually, that was one big fail too for the conference was they released the whole agenda for all the talks and everything like that Friday night,
Friday morning, midday or something
like that. So, but with the DJ, they were swapping every hour or half hour, so it was a different DJ. So I mean, I had no idea if they were switching. I knew they were because I saw that schedule.
Yeah,
but you're right. There was no MC or no person talking saying, "Hey, I'm getting off in half an hour." Or I'm getting off now. Here's the next DJ. Nothing. I don't remember hearing.
And like you might think those are not big deals, but they provide like structure. Like they can give someone like who's about to leave or something. They're like, oh, someone else is here. I'll stay for another 15.
Yeah, Hidden Order was one of the DJs for most of the.
Oh right, yeah.
Most of the events.
Yeah.
And I know Commander from Lurkers wanted. He was like, oh, I haven't been able to see his work.
Right.
So he wanted to hang around, whether it was at the after party that. Goat Society and Clay's and 2 other was it Angel Baby Hit Squad and there's a 4th.
I couldn't remember the other projects that hosted that Saturday one. We'll talk about
Low Life Digitals.
I didn't remember. It doesn't ring a bell. I'm sorry.
Well, that's where we got the wristbands. So
you're right. Okay, yeah, so you're right. It was.
It was a Goat Society.
Idiots, yes.
Low Life Digitals.
Yes.
Digital Angel Baby. Digital Low Life's Angel Baby Hit Squad and Clay Nation put that after party on. So
we'll talk about that after.
Yeah. So. Hidden Order was there, so we got to see him. He was, I think his name was Vic, right? Hidden Order is Vic. Either way, he was full of bloody energy, but
it was good.
But yeah, no, the pre-party was kind of a little lackluster, but I had fun because we got to meet Tommy and
because
TJ, right?
Yeah, people were still rolling in.
It's I was like the other Tom, or
no, it wasn't the other Tom. Yeah,
it was TJ and Tommy from Freedom 35ers.
That was cool, and I guess the one thing is we saw them from a distance across the room.
It was love at first sight. I saw Tommy standing there, and I was like, "Is that him?" Across the dance floor.
I was like, "Yes, it is." And we're like, "We got to get over there."
And then right as we go, "Hey, non-fungible guys!"
Yeah, you're entirely right.
That's Evil came. That's what stopped us from going over.
And then when we went, they were gone. We're like, no. So, it's not. We're not shitting on it.
The rest of the night, we're running around looking for the one.
We're like,
Cinderella.
TJ, will you fit this glass slipper? How the fuck did you know that's exactly what I was going to say?
That's all I could think about. Midnight, the party ends.
Crouch down to TJ. I'm like, please try this slipper on. And my room's 1907.
What's even funnier is neither one of us have talked about this.
No.
And we never even brought it up to Tommy that this was happening.
Yeah, we probably.
Or that happened.
Should reference that to him now.
That's funny. But anyways, we got to meet that. Who else did we talk to? Oh, you can't not bring up Dilly.
Oh my God, that was the best meeting ever.
Because who were we talking to at that point?
So we had just left Evo. We were trying to chase down Tommy and TJ. They left because they didn't know we were hunting them down like creepers. And then we were like, screw it, we'll go. Were we gonna get a drink? Because we were walking.
We bumped into Isaac.
I
remember. That's Isaac from the Toronto meetup.
Yes.
So we stopped to talk to him. And while we're standing there talking,
what
was the chant?
So the whole time we knew that Dilly was around, sort of. We were looking for him. And then we were talking to Isaac, and then I just felt like a hand on my shoulder and someone singing, Devon, my name is Dilly. My name is Dilly. Dilly is my name. And I'm like, what the
and then it registered.
And then, by that time, I was already pulled into the bear hug of Dilliness, and I was like, holy shit. So it was a great, great intro. And we were both because we were looking for him and had walked right by him. So he saw us and obviously knew that, this is.
I think he was talking in that group with Isaac,
He was talking to Isaac, and when we went to talk to Isaac, someone grabbed him at the moment. So we didn't notice that he had. We didn't notice. Well, we didn't have known it was him, anyways.
No, I had no idea what he looked like.
But he knew it. He knew it was us because when we did that episode, his camera wasn't working. So
it was all set up. This was the long game.
The long con.
Had no camera, so he could get us.
And it was great. So we're standing next to Dilly, having no idea until he came in like a bard, a medieval bard, singing a song and chanting with a lute.
It was awesome.
It was a great, great, great time. So like I said, not shitting on the party, just thinking logistically that could have been a small thing that they could have added. And I think honestly that's like the whole theme of the whole weekend. Small logistical changes. Yes. But we'll talk about that for Saturday and Sunday.
So we can definitely talk about that.
Yeah. So
I was a little less impressed than you were.
Yeah, we'll save it. So
the weekend was great.
No.
The whole event was great. But I feel like there could have been a lot better planning put in or
hell yeah. And listen, you might listen to other Cardano outfits, and they were like a little bit of things that could change, but we're non-fungible guys. We don't care. We're not gonna not tell you what we thought. That's what you get when you listen to this podcast. So we'll fucking tell you, and we'll tell you after. There's so much other things to talk about.
Yeah.
DM all right. Us. So DM us. Come at us, bro. All right. So what else? So did we talk about who we met on Friday night? Okay, we should just list off people because we'll forget.
You kind of you know what? Kudos to you, buddy, because I was like, who did we talk to yesterday? And you're like, I got notes.
I had to because first of all, I will say this. It was the whole weekend was overwhelming in terms of just meeting that many people.
Yeah.
I remember after, I think it was Saturday night before we went to the after party, we had looked at the time and you had said something like, hey, we've been walking around nonstop. The only break we took was to eat lunch, and we've been walking and talking for 7.5 hours straight.
Yeah.
And that was just Saturday.
I remember Thursday, Friday, when we were in the hotel room after everything, we're like, this is so overwhelming.
Yeah.
I think we did it Thursday, and we hadn't even really met.
We hadn't met because Thursday we woke up, we got the shirts, we went to the strip, we ate, we came back, we talked to people, we went and got no more shirts, and then we talked to people, and then we had to go to the party. It was just nonstop talking, shaking hands, freaking out. It was a lot. So I'd always steal away take a minute and be like, who did we just meet? So
honestly, it was great. I didn't take one word of a note. I didn't take a single note. Okay. I was like, I'm gonna remember all.
But
this.
we might even forget people. So we're gonna do.
We will
because we've been going for 30 minutes. We've been talking for 30 minutes. Okay. We haven't even talked about Saturday yet. So we met Dilly. Thank goodness. We met Nighthawk, Holland Nighthawk. We love you. Evo, of course, Isaac, we had already met at the meetup, but that's okay. TJ and Tommy, we finally did end up meeting with them. Was that Friday or Saturday?
Friday night at the
when did we
pre-party
end up getting to them?
We had left to go to the wash or to get beers or something.
Right.
And as we were walking in,
right.
I was like, oh,
there they are.
TJ,
yeah, they were
TJ
outside.
had come, he had just landed.
Yes.
And just came right to the party.
Right, which
and
was cool.
And then the three of us went to go find Tommy.
I will say, people are hardcore. Everyone, like even 4-5 Jeff, he was supposed to, because we'd seen Ren Ellis earlier on from Overexposed, and like who's the other guy? Who from the Discord from Overexposed?
Oh, the community manager. Yeah, former community, or he is the community manager.
Yeah, still,
no,
right?
Alyssa took over.
Okay.
I think who's doing something else.
And then we'd see, but we were like, where's Jeff? And he was like delayed or something. But like basically
his
everyone
flight was delayed.
Landed and then arrived and dropped bags off and came straight down to like drink and meet people. Everyone pretty much did that. So like shout out to the crew of Cardano. That's just hardcore. So TJ, Tommy, Blake CNFT, friggin' nice guy. So like just so calm, nice, knowledgeable. I felt bad. I did not even fucking recognize him at first. Yep. And there was one time, Blake, we were in the super long hallway going to the conference the next day, and I think you were on your way back, and we were so head down we didn't recognize you, and I felt bad. Blake's awesome.
He ended up, I think, leaving on Saturday because his wife's pregnant.
Yeah, and
or girlfriend. I don't want to assume.
Wife. I think it was kid number 3 is on the way.
Wow.
Didn't happen though. But doesn't matter. You gotta go, right? Risk, yeah, gotta go. Eden 7 showed up super late.
Yeah,
that was cool. Yo, that introduction was embarrassing for me. That was fucking. Thank you. You helped me. You did save me in that.
I don't even remember it now.
Yeah, by that time it was later because he came much later.
We were at the Central Bar.
We were at the Central Bar and we had those tall cans already. But it was like, yeah, I'm Eden, and I'm like, cool, and then you're like, Eden 7. I'm like, oh, you're like, what did you think it was? And I was like,
he's just a tall guy.
And I'm like, oh, right, yeah. So that was great. And I was like, I looked at him. I'm like, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I know the project. We met Ren Ellis, 4-5 Jeff. Anomalous and
go ahead. No, what's his name? What's his real name?
Angelo.
Oh, what'd you call him though?
I don't know. But the funny thing is, he let me call him the wrong. And this is embarrassing because this is the second in real life meetup with Anomalous, and I know his real name, and I called him the wrong name, and then he introduced himself to someone with the wrong name and was like, "I'm fine with that." And then, oh man, and it was good. Ada Pals was around on Friday night. NFA people. So we talked to Tal
Crypto. Everyone knows about Tal.
Sorry, Tal. That meeting was funny.
Yes.
Interesting. Do you remember when he was like?
Because we've never really had a conversation with him. We've been around when he's been around.
And like you've been in like the spaces to like see him and stuff. But do you remember what he said to us?
He's like, "Who are you guys?"
Yeah.
Because I said, Tal, where do we get those CNFT passes for tomorrow?
Yeah. And
he's like, over there. And then he thought for it. And then he took a second. He's like, wait, who are you guys?
Yeah.
Because we talked to him like we knew him.
And he literally, but like most people wouldn't fucking talk to people like that is what I'm trying to say. He would have been like, oh, over there. He was like, oh, I'm Tal, what's up? And he was like, who are you? And it wasn't like casual. It was like, who are you? Like he might as well have dropped the F-bomb in there. He might have been like, who the fuck are you guys? Like that's literally how he said it. And I was just like, wow. And he saw the look on my face, and then he was like, what did he say? He's like, it's the same in person as it online. Remember he said
but that's how he is online. Like he's very brash and like he's just like he says it how it is, right? That's why people like love him
or hate him.
Yeah, that's true.
So that was
but that's why I said it the way I said it because I knew how he is. So I was like, no, let's have fun with it.
It was great. He was like, who the fuck are you guys? And I was just like, you know that meme where the guy's just like blinking like, whoa. Like
like Dexter or whatever.
I don't even know who it is.
I don't know who it is.
It's that gif where he's just like
blinking. Yeah.
Whoa, that was me. Yeah.
Yep.
Anyways, so Ada Man, what up? And then of course we met Showtime on Friday night. So,
yep.
Showtime's been on the show back in May. Q was around, which is awesome, and his fam. And then River Rock Homestead.
Oh, buddy. He was our he reached out to us on Twitter DMs being like, yo, why is Ugly Bros not getting any love on the podcast? And I was like, you know what? You're right. We'll set that hook up. Yes. And dude, shout out to River Rock, man.
Yeah, big time.
That guy came through. That guy's nothing but clutch for us.
Yeah, I don't want to not say details, but like from Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, every single day, River Rock Homestead and his fam, the whole family, like came through, and I was just like, what? And yeah, Saturday night, this guy was the shit.
We saw him everywhere. Like he was visible.
Clutch. So, and of course we met Serge on Friday.
Sergio.
No big deal. Whatever.
And, Sergio's cool.
And and Jay, and then Rory, and okay. Saturday.
Conference time.
Finally wake up and think, okay, first of all, did you know what time it started?
I had zero clue. I went on the website the Friday night and said, what time's the conference even start?
Yeah.
Strike one. I said that to get a laugh out of you.
Strike one.
No, but for real.
No,
okay, so
let's be honest.
CNFT Con, BuffyBot Publishing. I don't need who put the conference on. I don't know. BuffyBot, I think. Right. Either way,
is that a person,
a company, a project?
I know there's the one guy that we saw going around talking to booths and whatnot. Outside of that, I have no idea who the outfit is. There was no like.
Well, there's a big BuffyBot in the air.
Yeah, I know, but that inflatable robot didn't create a conference.
No,
I mean, like the people.
That's the mascot.
I know,
BuffyBot Publishing.
Yeah, but the logistical people. Other people are probably like, oh, it's fucking Jeff and like that. Like,
yeah, we don't deep dive that much.
We don't know them particularly, but so I said to Ryan, I was like, what time does it start? He's like, I don't know.
We just got up at like 9 and walked in at like 10. We had half an hour because of our premium pass.
Yeah.
We had a half an hour early entry. There was people on Friday walking the conference while people were setting it up. And I was like, oh, I didn't know we could just go walk in.
Yeah, and they'd seen it.
But I honestly had zero clue what time it started. I'm pretty sure if you go on the website now, there's nothing on there.
I remember checking it. But then I said to you, I'm like, it's a conference. It's going to be 9 to 5, pretty much, or 10 to 5, which it was. But
it wasn't though, because there was that costume party that because we missed Hoskinson both days.
Yeah,
because we left at like 5:30, thinking, oh, okay, everything kind of shutting down. But there was like that costume party at 6:30.
We knew about because we had heard about. So let's talk about this. The way you knew what was happening was if you knew people. We knew Charles Hoskinson was going to be there.
Yes.
Both days. I knew he was going to be there both days because we talked to, Q told us. But it was like, if you didn't know who to talk to, how did you know? Even getting the schedule and like stuff like that. Because of conversations we'd had, because of like, the panel group that we were on, of course our panel didn't happen, but we were able to see what would happen. And if we weren't a part of that, we would not have known. Like,
I found the agenda on the website.
Where?
Saturday 11:15 was kickoff. Didn't we walk in at like 10:30?
Yes, and I thought it had started. Well, yeah.
We just started walking around and talking to everyone.
So
there was an agenda. I just was looking for schedule.
When did that come out? I bet you it came out like Thursday or Friday.
Probably because it was home, agenda, map, speakers, and about.
Nice.
Maybe I was just drinking too much, but
okay.
I had fun.
No,
I was on vacation.
It's true, and you could drink anywhere. But anyways, either way, I know we started off with that, but it was just like, hey, it was true. It was exciting. You walk in, and it was like, damn, like projects are here. It was cool. From the entrance we came into, you could immediately see cornucopias and like and the OE booth.
But okay, here's the other question.
Oh man.
Okay, so whatever. Schedule was up. We just missed it. So I guess it's not that bad because apparently there was a Q&A with Hoskinson at 5:30 on the Saturday. So I guess if we would have known that, we would have seen him walking around. So maybe that's on us.
But I knew that was happening because didn't you hear about the costume party that was going to happen?
But that was at like 6:30. His Q&A was at 5:30.
I thought it was like at 5 he's going around to meet everybody.
We heard that through the grapevine that he was this weekend going to take the time to go through. Which he ended up doing. We missed.
Yeah.
But I guess it was on us for not paying attention to the agenda.
But no one was getting there.
I know there was no.
By that time, the conference goers had left.
Yes.
Usually,
we left with a lot of other people.
Yeah.
But here's my thing. We entered, I felt like the back door to the conference because the way the conference, you literally walk and cross the street from the hotel and the conference is there.
And it's not a street. It's like a
back road or
an alleyway of the conference. Which
I was going to say alleyway, but it was kind of like the delivery bays or whatever.
But it's not bad. Like, it's not like a grungy
No.
place.
You just
quite nice.
Walk into the convention center there. But I think the front doors was where CNFT News and the main stage was.
Because that's how you enter the conference.
If you were the public.
Yeah, and also that's where the whole, there was like a, what they call the logo board where it's like, and you could take your photos there and stuff like that.
You mean that one piece of like paper that was put up?
It was not paper. It's its own stand, and don't listen to him. He's pushing the buttons. It was good.
No,
it was
a good
setup.
But it was one little thing.
It was, but that's where you would come in and take which is why CNFT News their booth was there, because technically for people public coming in, it's prime location. But let me ask you this. In what universe are you going to leave the hotel, walk around to the front of that giant-ass building? That's like a 10-minute walk. The building's fucking huge. So obviously you're going to take the fastest path. The hotel basically connects to it. So you're going to come in the back door. No pun intended. So that's where everyone entered. And it's fine, but logistically, it was an oversight.
Yes.
Fine.
Yep. I'll give you that there. What else? So Saturday was a lot of walking and talking. Like we met up with was it Kyle from Drip Drops?
Yes.
That was a great conversation.
Richard. So we started talking to Richard, and then we talked to Kyle, and that was, if you want to talk about that, sure.
That's what jogged my memory, because that was one of the first. We started with JPEG and Juan.
Yes.
Was like the community storyteller or something. I can't remember exactly.
JPEG store their booth was cool.
It started off with me making fun of them because they're all wearing yellow. They look like the Minions.
They did. I
even tweeted it.
So bright and stuff that you could just see it from a mile away.
Yeah.
But it was exciting. Like, don't get me wrong. Like, I know that we talked about logistics. I had a great fucking time.
The whole conference was great. It's just like you keep saying, logistically, there was like little. Obviously, I guess we missed the schedule, so that's on us. But
yes and no.
It also wasn't like posted anywhere in the building.
Yeah, exactly. There was no signage, which is fine, but not fine. But anyways, JPEG store, awesome booth. Liked it. Great swag from them. The t-shirts.
That t-shirt was so sick.
How do you describe the t-shirt?
It had the JPEG logo, that like black and yellow, or is it black and white little JPEG store?
Black, white, yeah.
Yeah, just on the what would you say?
Chest.
Left chest.
Yeah.
And then it had like a whole, I guess was a collaborating partners or whatever on the back. It had a whole picture. So the front of the shirt looks clean, and the back of the shirt is where you have like the whole picture and like everyone's celebrating or whatever.
Mm-hmm. So the back had like the hippo. What's the name of that? Like
hippo, JPEG hippo.
Yeah, and then it has like a picture of like Las Vegas, and it says like the end of the Vegas sign. There's like CNFT Con, and it has a picture of the Westgate Hotel and everything, and like some of the strip. And it's
you
like,
looked into it. I didn't even look.
You didn't look at it?
No.
It's on. You have the shirt. It's
I know,
like upstairs,
but it's at the back. What am I walking around looking at it in the mirror?
Well, I wanted to see what was on my back.
I thought it was a sick shirt.
It was a really nice shirt. I'm definitely a shirt that I really like. So we talked to Juan from JPEG Store. We also asked JPEG Store what they were doing. Like what are they here for? What are they? Like they're just a marketplace? Like what's their angle? You know?
Sell on our platform.
Well, because I mean, how are they? I always ask that. But how are they monetizing? What are they doing? And JPEG Store is here to support creators, support the ecosystem in any way possible. So it's not just like, it's more than just like you host your project. It's also about making sure that if there's a creator or if there's someone in the space that needs support, maybe JPEG Store has ways to push their story out there more so than just putting minting soon on the front page,
Right.
So they have a whole bunch of like ecosystem development funds and stuff. I can't tell you exactly how they're going to do some of those things.
Yeah.
But it's very much more so than just a marketplace, which has to be, because it's not gonna,
no, well, they're doing minting services.
Yeah,
and stuff like that
they want to expand to do that. And like ultimately, when we talk, the fact that we talk to Drip Drops next is no coincidence, because they're like a competitor to drip drops.
Which I don't even think a lot of people.
No.
Most people only know drip drops as like, oh, every epic you put in your thing and get some tokens.
Yeah.
Which that's all I knew it was.
That's all we knew.
But after talking to Richard and then Kyle and like the team at Drip Drops, people better start paying attention to them.
Mind blown.
Yeah, 100%. We're definitely getting them on the podcast to talk about everything. But Drip Drops is doing some like legit shit, and their ideas are going to be crazy if they can pull it out.
They're definitely back end technology heavy, and I think that it's people. If you're building, you have a project or an ecosystem, because you think about. You told me about this. You're the one that explained the concept of the airdropped versus the claiming.
Yeah.
And which one of them costs more money or something?
Airdropping tokens or anything, NFTs, from a project to the people is way more expensive than having them come to your website to claim their reward.
Why?
There's something to do with Bobby from Cardopoly was explaining it to us, because they're working on all that tech for themselves, where because they have Cardopoly, every game, rather than them airdrop the winnings to people, you come to the website. Not only does it bring you to the website to interact with it, maybe, who knows, maybe you start checking around. Yeah. But either way, it's cheaper to have them claim it on your web. It's basically free. I think exactly. They pay the dust.
Yeah, because if they're sending it to you, they're sending that transaction.
And I think airdrop is like 2 ADA for every item you're airdropping or something.
So drip drops, think about how many people are putting their wallet in there and like getting all that sent to them. Imagine you have, I don't even know the numbers, thousands of people coming to you every epic, 5 days or whatever. Coming and getting your cheddar, getting your stripper coin, getting your chicken jet, whatever token you're getting, right?
Yeah.
Think about how much it would cost drip drops to give that to people. Their technology is not a claim. It's kind of a different. He described it as a faucet.
We described it as a faucet.
Right. Thank you.
And he said no, it's a fire hose.
Perfect. Thank you. You corrected me because I knew it was the F word, but you're totally right.
Yeah.
Good call.
No, they were a fire hose, and we thought of it as a faucet.
I was like, "You're a faucet." He's like, "No.
No." He's like, "We're constantly sending it, and it's just like you dip into it."
And the way they do that is they're working at the node level of the blockchain with code wrapped around the node to change how the node validates working with wallets. We'll leave it there. Yeah. But like, if you don't know anything about drip drops and you're like, whatever, no. So the reason they're a competitor is because think about JPEG sending. JPEG Store sending assets to you when you mint them, and all this stuff happening constantly. Think about the volume that JPEG Store is dealing with. Now, if you think about that and you think about what Drip Drops is talking about, you can definitely see how they're competitors.
Yeah.
And also, who was his other competitor? IOHK.
Yes.
And that was interesting too. And it was just like, logistically we talk about, this is the kind of shit when you're talking to people at their booth, at the conference, you get insights that, typically you would only get this kind of insight if you had them as a podcast guest. Listen to Non-Fungible Guys.
Yeah, seriously.
Really though, right?
We made a lot of good friends.
It was cool. We just learned a lot of shit that you would just not learn.
It made me realize, because, talking to so many people, they're like, oh, this person from that project, or this, Adam Dean. I kept seeing him all over. And how many times we walked by him at the conference?
Yep.
We never had a conversation with him. I had no idea who he is, but I guess he's a name in the space. But there's so many people like that are names in the space that we never even got a chance to introduce or talk to. We were just so busy just making our rounds. Like, who's the guy that you shouted out we were talking about the pool party? Was it Ada Dolphin? Who's that guy we thought you made
Ada
the joke?
Dolphin. Yeah, because I yelled at him earlier on because I thought he was Dilly.
Yeah, the Thursday or Friday. You're like, Dilly, and he looked over and you're like, hey.
He waved to me and stuff. And then I passed him, 30 times. But didn't get around to talking to him. But but either way, who else on Saturday?
This is how I knew we weren't that deep in, we think we're deep in Cardano space. We just don't.
No, I say we are. There's levels though.
We're not deep.
Well, we can't. You don't have to be, because we're not building that stuff. Sorry, I guess I'm getting defensive. Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, I don't know why you're getting defensive. I'm just saying we didn't know. We don't know everybody in the space.
Well, no.
That's all I'm saying.
Yeah. Okay. Well, that's fine.
I thought we knew a lot, but I realized talking to a lot of people and a lot of names getting thrown out, I was like, man, I don't know a lot of these people.
Gotcha. Okay.
Which I want to get to know these people.
Gotcha.
That's what I was saying. It's not that we're unknowledgeable or whatever Not knowledgeable.
Yeah, no, you're right. You're right. You're
That's
actually
all.
right.
Don't get defensive.
Yeah, I'm pissed.
You want to hug it out?
No, leave me alone. I need some orange juice. So, okay, we'll probably move quick because we're still on Saturday.
Yeah.
Drip drops, and then I feel like there's one project that you kind of liked.
I don't.
Why don't you open the notes? Like I have the notes. There's notes for everything. They're right there.
This is why he's annoying, folks.
Right? Like there's tons of notes.
You did it by days too. I like.
What's wrong with you?
Look at you. Look at how guys. I should tweet these.
Man.
He's a very good note taker.
Oh my gosh.
This is why he hates me.
Everything
sometimes.
Ryan has been doing has been from memory, which is quite good. Like he remembered Juan from JPEG Store, Richard from Drip Drops. It's in the order that I have it in the notes, but. Just use the notes, Ryan. They're right there.
Yes.
So now you know that A to Zoo.
Yes, A to Zoo. I was embarrassed. I was embarrassed because I was like, A to Zoo. I've never heard of you guys. Like, how long you guys been in the space? They're like, we minted April 2021. I was like, oh my god. Like, CNFT started March 2021.
Yeah.
And they were April. I'm like, how have you guys never crossed my path? Well, and this is another
this
thing.
This is what you were talking about.
This is another thing that I'm talking about. Like,
yeah, you're right.
We're in Cardano,
agree,
but like,
agree.
I'm like, how the hell did I miss this project?
Yeah.
Or this person, right? So shout out to A to Zoo. So the way, and again, I'm not going to deep dive on the project. We'll work through it quick, but it's like a Pokemon style game where you battle.
Yeah.
And like in Pokemon, you would run in the wild and you would catch Pokemon. In this case, you're catching animals, but you have to battle them to beat them, to catch them. But if you beat them, you send off 28, I think, and then you mint that animal.
You mint it, you get to mint it.
So I'm like, so I did kick the shit out of Devon in our battle. They were there to promote their their player versus player battle system. So now you can go and battle people.
Yeah.
Devon it was two hits. 2 critical hits and Devon was KO'd. So
and I had like an albino leopard or something that was supposed to be really good.
So that's what I was going to bring up too. Watching the A to Zoo guys get excited that, oh my god, this lion's here, and that's a 1% NFT.
Yeah, and it just showed up, and I was like, "Is this good?" He's like, "Holy crap!" And
he said, "Get out of the way!" He pushed Devon to the floor.
Literally,
and he starts playing.
he did move us aside.
He
was like, "I gotta grab this," and I was like, "Okay,
I gotta catch them all."
Yeah, pretty much, like exactly. So that was really cool.
We're 100% gonna do an episode with A to Z.
Yeah, and that was Wart and Michael.
Yes,
and Michael works at the Cardano Foundation.
And I'm gonna say, Michael,
sorry,
I don't care. That guy was having a party because we bumped into him Saturday night. Was it?
Yeah.
All I'm gonna say is that man, like, he looks like he's a fun time.
He's great. I love that guy.
He was awesome.
I knew he was cool when on Saturday when we were playing the game, this guy still wore his guest sunglasses.
Yeah, he never took his glasses off.
Never took his sunglasses off. And I was like, this guy's all right.
Yeah, this guy, I love.
It was cool.
He was fun to hang out with on Saturday.
Okay, and then I don't think you were around when I was talking to Cypher
No, I was doing something else, I think.
Yeah.
Because I came in at the end of this.
Yeah.
When you were talking to Cypher
Juan
Kicks.
from Cypher Kicks, who had also told us about Ikigai, which we did talk to the next day. Juan, what up? Awesome guy. I also bought socks from them because, little known fact, Devon loves socks. So yeah,
he's got an Amazon wish list with just socks on it. Go check his Amazon wish list at Devon C. Codrington.
Oh my god, that's hilarious. See, I'm gonna make that this afternoon. Yeah, so I'd say Cypher Kicks pretty cool. Keep an eye on them. Not financial advice, but if they do what they say they're gonna do, if you're a sneakerhead, then you're gonna love that.
Yep.
Ape Nation.
Shout out to Ape Nation. I mean, we did an episode with Showtime. We meant to we were trying to get him on prior to Mutation Nation, which since they've taken over, the community's taken over, and they've now done the Mutation Nation. The floor price, not that it matters, but the floor price has been rising steadily.
Totally, yeah.
And you might not financial advice, but you might want to pick up a couple and some vials to mutate your ape as well.
Yes. Cheddar.
Okay.
Jordan from Cheddar.
Yes. I want to talk about Cheddar. I only thought Cheddar was just some random shit coin that I got because of drip drops. Man, after talking to this guy, again, one of those things where I'm embarrassed by
same.
I walked over because you had started a conversation. I was talking to Ape Nation.
This guy's booth was great.
Yeah,
look at all the shit he had.
Dude, he had shit in his hair that was Cheddar.
I was just
his shoes were like Cheddar Crocs.
Yeah, shout out to Cheddar, Jordan from Cheddar, who's from Jersey.
One man team,
and like, This guy showed up. The booth was proper. Like it was very impressive. And I was just like, I have 10,000 or 100,000 cheddar.
I think I got a 1K or 100K.
If you have 100K, then I have 10K, I think. Because I didn't get all the epics. It was,
yeah.
But I thought it was just one of these, like, drip drops.
I thought it was a shit coin.
Kicks you out a shit coin. Yeah. Don't sleep on cheddar. It's just, it's...
Another episode we're going to get going.
Yeah.
We have a lot of episodes to get to.
Cheddar is way more than you think it is. It's so... And the art's legit, man. Like, look at all the stuff he had going on.
Oh, man. He had, like, the playing card. Not playing cards, but, like a sports card.
Yeah.
With, like, attributes and
shit. The chips and everything. Like, it was just...
I made sure to grab one of those poker chip.
I have one too.
I have one really upstairs.
Cool. And you know, when we met who did we meet on Sunday night? Where I got super hype because he had the cheddar clips in his hair.
Oh, I don't even know who was that.
And you could recognize from his voice.
Oh,
I lost my shit.
Yeah, you did lose shit. Listen, so we're outside smoking.
Yeah,
and I'm standing there, and it was the NFA crew was behind you, and you were talking to another individual. I don't know who it was.
He was someone that flew in from San Diego. He's not even in the community or anything. He's not in. He's just a guy that loves crypto.
Oh, okay. So he was okay.
Yeah, I forget.
So
his
I
name.
knew. I'm pretty sure it was like Chronic and Chrissy and a couple of the NFA people were out there having a cigarette, and I heard this voice. I'm like, motherfucker, that's AI Love for sure, because he's got that like southern, I don't even know, Midwest. What's the accent?
I'd say it's like southern. It's southern twang, rapness. Like think T.I., Big Crit, like rappers like that.
Yeah. He had
southern slang.
You had ended up actually talking to him and asking him for a lighter previous.
Yeah. And
then as he was leaving, I was just like, "See you later, AI Love." Or I'm like, I know that voice. That's AI Love, and you went ape shit. You're like, oh no, you went crazy.
That was pretty cool.
Yeah,
that guy's dope.
Shout out to AI Love because he's come into a couple of our Twitter spaces.
He's been in our spaces a lot,
and he loves to talk and interact and be involved. It's fun. Yeah. I'm not that guy, so I like to do the Twitter spaces with Crypto Boutique, but I don't tend to go all out talking. And he saved me a few times where I'm like stuttering on my words, and he just takes over. I'm like, all right, AI, start talking, buddy. You got it.
That was cool. And then I guess the last thing for Saturday is Hoskins. Hoskinson's, I know his name.
Charles?
Who? What?
Who are you talking about?
Jimmy? Sorry, I'm just joking. Charles.
Yeah.
Yes.
What about him? We missed him.
No, we were there. Remember Saturday when we were talking to Drip Drops, and then he came on, and I was like, "We gotta go."
Oh, Saturday morning.
Yeah, Saturday one.
So that was the start. That was like
that was the first. That was like the kickoff thing where he.
So
was
we were there an hour early because we got in there. And he did his talk at 11:30.
Because remember there was like no one there, and then he came out, and he was supposed to start on a panel. So, okay, let's go back to it. He was on a panel. It was supposed to be a panel, then a Q&A. And he came out on stage, and his panel was not there. And it was just him.
Yeah.
And he was like, well, the panel's not here, so I'll just talk. And he just started talking. And then people were like, holy shit, it's Charles. So then the crowd started to fill up. And then he just went into an impromptu Q&A because his panel didn't show up.
Yep.
And then
Chronic was the first one.
Chronic was
up,
give him a
stage.
Hug. That was awesome.
Yeah.
That was pretty cool. But it was like, listen, I don't know how you felt about it. I was very excited. I was very happy to be like, there's Charles right there walking on stage, and like it wasn't like far away. You could just like, I felt like I could just be like, yo, Charles, what up? And he'd be like, yeah, what's going on? So it was really cool to see this person that's created Cardano, who's the godfather of it.
Yeah.
Very smart individual, charismatic. And all the live streams that you'll see he'll do on his Fridays or whatever day he drops them. And what days did he drop them on?
No idea.
Oh, okay. Well, he does.
I'm not that excited about he's a pioneer.
I watch it a lot because I want to know what he's thinking about and what he really believes for Cardano, the blockchain side of things. Like, that's where he talks about where he's just traveled from. And that's where people send him stuff. And he always there's like, someone sent me this lobster or this and that. And like, he'll talk about where he was and groups that he's working with. That's when he even references like the countries that he's working with in Africa and shit. So I was like hearing him talk, and him telling the story about, Lamborghini, and versus Ferrari, talking about how Lamborghini came because, Lamborghini, they used to make tractors and stuff. And that's the guy's last name. And, He went to Ferrari. He was like, yo, listen, I have your car. It's great. But like, you guys need to do better. Cause like this shit breaks down all the time. And Ferrari basically wrote him back and was like, fuck you. And then Lamborghini was like, are you fucking serious? He's like, fuck it. I'll build a car. And then that's where Lamborghini came from. So Charles is like, you know, Ethereum is Ferrari and I am Lamborghini, which is why Charles bought a Lamborghini as opposed to a Ferrari. So he told that story. He did Q&A with people, and a lot of people did show up for that one. There was no announcement. He just like walked on stage and started talking. And because we were at Drip Drops and Drip Drops was close to the stage,
it was right in front.
Like I looked over and I was just like, yo, Charles is right over there. Like, and like I heard his voice and I was just like, I'm going over there. This is crazy. But like, if I was at the other end of the conference,
you'd have no idea.
We'd have no idea that he was on stage.
Yep.
On day 2, they did an announcement over the large speaker saying, Charles Hoskinson is going to take the stage and talk about blah, 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 blah. And I was like, oh, but they did not do that on day 1.
I heard them go on the PA 3 times.
I only heard them go on the PA once.
Twice.
Okay.
That time with Charles, the second time.
On day 2, yeah.
And on day 2, they made a big announcement in the whole thing that they were doing that live auction.
Right,
you were talking to Meld at that time.
You're right. That was the live auction for the car.
But they did make an announcement for that.
Yeah,
Other than that,
nothing.
No announcements.
But they should have done it for the kickoff. Like, it's Charles. You're about to kick off the whole thing.
I agreed. But
like, I was excited.
Obviously, somebody had said something, so they did it for the next time.
Yeah.
Unless they learned for when he was doing his Q&A later that day on Saturday.
And eventually, the Q&A panel did show up. But I think that's the logistical thing. It's like, if you're going to be on a panel with Hoskinson, I'm going to be ready. I'm going to be there. I'll be wearing a bow tie. You know what I mean? And pens in my pockets, because he always talks about having a pen in his pocket, whatever.
Nobody ever carries a pen, but anyways.
Well, he does. So now I do.
Where's your pen?
You know it is. My wallet. Yes, I win. Anyways, okay. So it was cool. That was Saturday.
Okay. Saturday was fun.
Yeah, it was fun.
We had the after party, which was put on, again, we already said it, Clay and Digital Lowlives and all that.
How did you know to get the wristband?
Great question. You know how I knew? People at the conference were talking about it.
And there were people lined up for an hour outside of the
hour and a half.
Hour and a half, was it?
Because they didn't know about getting the wristbands.
They didn't know that you had to get a wristband. So it's like, if you didn't know, then like you were stuck.
But again, I wasn't on Twitter. Like I was barely on my phone on the Saturday, Sunday because we were. I'm not going to be sitting there talking to people on my phone
when
I'm live talking with them. Like so, I actually didn't until we got to the hotel room like later on that day. Yeah. I didn't take my phone out of my pocket, really.
Yeah, it's true.
All we really did with our phones was take pictures and videos.
Yeah.
Which, awesome.
I think that's what you're supposed to do.
Here's my problem on day 1. There was panels and talks going on all throughout the conference. The second floor of the convention center, apparently there was rooms set up for talks.
Yeah. We knew about that beforehand, but if you didn't know beforehand...
We knew because we were potentially going to be doing a panel.
Yeah.
So, which ended up getting canceled last minute, and nobody really knew. It was just like hey, it's canceled, sorry. See you later. But that's another topic. But there was no way. I never heard of any announcements. I never saw any signage. I never saw anything to say, hey, Nighthawk, or hey, 4-5 Jeff, or Dilly. Ken Q was talking. Like, these people that we know, the only reason we knew talks were happening is that they were, hey, I gotta go do a talk. And we still didn't even get to see any of them.
And those people you mentioned are the people that told us they had a talk at some sort of a time. And the only other person that did that was Lena.
Yeah.
Yeah, and when she came.
Lena came Sunday morning and said, "Hey, I don't want to talk." Everyone that we talked to that did a talk basically said they were talking to 3 people in any of these panels.
Whoa, non-fungible guys spilling the tea.
Hey, listen,
spilling the tea.
I'm glad. I feel like I'm glad our panel got canceled or didn't happen.
Oh my gosh. I'm not. I wanted our panel to happen.
We're basically doing the panel now.
Go on.
There's 2 of us in this room.
There are.
I mean, I could pull the guinea pigs
around.
There are some guinea pigs over there. There'd probably be more people that Nighthawk talked. Like, less people. Jeez. I'm just saying, like, if you're going to have talks and panels, promote the people.
Awesome.
Right?
Yeah.
That was the one thing that drove me nuts. I was like,
I know
all
it
these,
drove you nuts.
Guess
You
what?
told me.
We didn't even go to the talks or panels.
So here's the thing. 4-5 Jeff was looking fucking spiffy, man. This guy dressed the fuck up. Like, guy looks slick.
Dressed to the nines.
And he was like, I got my talk. And we were both like, yes, we're going to go see 4-5 Jeff. Yeah. And then we start making a direction to upstairs to where the panel is. And before we can even get there, we're stopped by another booth and another person. So 4 or 5 Jeff, we wanted to go to your panel. Nighthawk, we wanted to go to your panel. Dilly, we wanted to go to your panel. Q, we wanted to go to your panel. The only reason we didn't make it is because on the way, we just got stopped by people. We talked to someone, and then fucking 15 minutes went by or whatever. And that's the only reason we didn't make it to those. Also, Lena, we made it to hers because when we were at, I think we were talking to Flipper at that time, and Lena came up to us and the Flipper people and was like, hey, I'm starting on stage soon. And her stage was close to where we were in proximity. And she went and canvassed people and was like, get over there now. And we went. And
she bribed us with free stuff and we never got anything. But anyways, that's besides the point.
Wait, you're such an asshole, man. Okay, Ryan's not wrong, but don't listen to it the way you said.
No, I'm just. She's like, I'll give out free NFTs.
She did say that there will be NFTs.
She's like, I'll give out free clay tokens.
Yeah,
she's like, I just want people to be at the talk, so I'm not talking to no one.
Yeah. And then it was a panel, so it's not a fault to Lena.
No, I'm just being stupid. But no, like. I mean, there was like 50 people in that. Like, what's she going to do? Start throwing out digital clay tokens?
No, it's
like,
true.
I get it.
No, it's true. But if it wasn't, I think that logistical part of it, I just think people just didn't know that they were up there. And that part needed work. But even though the schedule is dropped the day before, no, you need to drop that schedule days before. Even if it's tweaked, no matter. That's fine. At least you have
a month before.
Even if you have an idea. So either way, back to the schedule.
Do better.
Sure. Yeah. I'll agree.
No, never mind. I was going to reference a sports player, but he puts on his stuff. Do better. That's it.
Gotcha.
Keep it simple.
Nice.
Just do better.
Saturday night's party.
Okay.
That was pretty good.
You want me to complain, or do you want me to say how good
I don't want you to complain. I'm
going to complain.
I know you are. Your love. First of all, I just want you to know I had a great time. The conference was awesome. Ryan wants to shit on it. Go.
No, the conference was great. The after party was great.
Oh, I know what he's going to talk about. Why don't you do a compliment sandwich where you say something good, you say something bad, and then you say something good?
Open bar. That's amazing. It was an amazing time. Luckily we got our wristbands.
Thank you.
We showed up with our Uber, walked right in.
That's true.
That
felt pretty awesome because the lineup was fucking long, man.
That lineup, I was like, oh shit. And everyone's like, you got a wristband, just walk up the stairs.
That
I was like, oh.
Great.
Yeah, we walked right in.
Yeah, that was good.
My man here, my man Devon.
Go on.
I'm going to give everyone a little word of advice.
Gotcha.
Walk into a place like you own it.
Oh.
We walk into this club.
Yeah, spill the beans. We're not there.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter.
Party's going on. I'm like, oh,
shit. It was cool.
It was cool.
Very, very cool.
Yes.
Like one of the coolest parties I've been to.
They even had a little like photo spot set up so you could take pictures and stuff.
Shit, man.
My man Devon goes, oh, there's the bar. Lineup's like halfway through the building.
The lineup is fucking
This man
long.
just walks left of the line and goes right up to the bartender on the left side. Everyone's lined up on one spot. This guy just goes up and goes, hey, can I get 2 beers? And they hand him 2 beers, and he hands me a beer.
The lineup was easily 40 minutes long. Easily.
Okay, so once we got into the club, into the middle part where the dancing and the DJ and everything was, we walked up quickly and got a cup. I double fisted, and then because of the bass, it knocked off the table.
Was hilarious.
That was annoying. But hey, it's a party.
Well, I just want to say one more thing.
I should know. That's on me.
At the bar, there are 2 bartenders, one into the right and one to the left. And because it's in the corner, kind of tucked away. So you can't really see the bartender to the left. There's a lineup for the bartender to the right, and that lineup is easily snaking its way through the crowd. It's like 40 minutes long.
Yeah.
And I look at this, and I'm like...
I'm not waiting.
I look over, and I'm like, there's a guy who's serving people, but it's like... No one's like, what? So I'm assuming this line, you kind of get to the front of the line and split and take whoever. But I'm like, I didn't see people. So I'm like, fuck that. I'm not waiting. You go to the front and there's a guy over. And then there's a guy who followed us.
Yeah, that guy was funny.
He thought that we knew something. So then there's 3 of us over there. And that bartender's just like, what do you want? And I'm like, Ryan, we're ordering now. We order everything and we're out of there in like 10 minutes. And like the lineup went for 40 minutes easily.
2 people got served in the time that you and us.
Yeah, it was crazy, and I was just like, "Nah, you gotta own the place." So anyway,
kudos to you, buddy. You gotta walk in like you own the place.
Yeah, it was. Well, we had the wristbands. We were coming off the high of like bypassing that initial outside line. So no way we're gonna wait.
So
and then it was hilarious when the bass knocked your drink on the ground.
I'm an idiot. I put it down.
That was hilarious.
And the only reason I knew it fell was the cleaners came like
yes,
right, like it hit hit the ground, and then I saw them
cleanup crew of like 5 people were just like sweeping it up.
I was like, oh damn, that was quick. The atmosphere and the music and everything. There was bars, like a few bars throughout the place. It was awesome.
It was cool.
The downside was everyone kept saying. We even heard this at the conference. Everyone's saying it's open bar for the first 2 hours, 8 to 10.
Yes.
In reality, it was 8 to 11.
Yeah.
Because I was waiting in line after I spilt my drink. I was like, well, now I need to go get 2 more.
Yeah.
45 minutes I waited.
I know.
Minimum.
I remember.
And you were sitting just chilling in that chair on your phone. You were just chilling. I was so mad. I was like, this guy.
I'm sorry, Ryan. Like, so there's a lineup, and then there's these comfy, beautiful chairs all around. And I'm like, I could stand in line with Ryan for 40 minutes, or I could just sit on this chair next to the lineup and then stand up when he gets his drink.
Yep. So I get by the time I get up there, it's like cash bar. I'm like, damn,
that
okay, good thing I have cash. Get
suck.
2 more drinks.
That did suck.
25 minutes into my wait in that lineup, I'm like, I'm going to pee my pants. Like, it was bad.
That was great.
So then, here's my one gripe.
No, this is fine. This is
it's like a venue that holds 800 people.
It does.
The back of the building.
Yep. I'll agree.
3 toilets.
Yeah.
Not even like a girls and a guy.
Unisex.
3 toilets.
Yeah.
I don't even know what was at the front of the building because I never even got a chance to go, but I'm pretty sure it was 2 toilets.
I lined up there, then I looked and I was like, this is worse than the back. There's like 2 at the front.
800 people venue, and you've got like 5-6 toilets for everybody. The lineup was just as bad to pee as it was to get my drink.
Yeah.
But by like 12:30, 1 o'clock, that place kind of emptied out.
Yeah.
Like I have a video of us on the dance floor just hanging out, and it was like 1:15, and it's like not many people there.
Yeah.
But hey, we got to hang out. We partied. We drank with some friends. We got to, it was a good party.
No, it was a great.
My only
party.
gripe was that the lineups were a little long, but cash free bar, so I can understand that.
Yeah.
But the washrooms kind of
and those cups were awesome. Metal fucking serving cups. They're aluminum. Aluminum.
This guy had to use. I'm gonna throw you under the bus.
Don't.
Right? He's like, my hands are freezing.
Yo, they were so cold, man. But like, I felt kind of like I was like, yo, am I a baby right now? Because like I can't hold this because it's so cold. And the bartender even told me, he's like, this will keep your drink extra cold. I was like, whatever. But then when I talked to, I guess, Who from Overexposed, he was like, yeah, I was switching hands back and forth because it's so cold. And
Devon was asking people for mitts.
No, I wasn't.
He asked the kitchen for oven mitts so he could hold his drink.
All right, cool.
But either way, that party went to like 4 a.m. We left at I think we got back to the hotel like 2:33.
And I will say it was really fun. It was River Rock, partying with River Rock, 4-5
River
Jeff.
Rock, yep, 4-5 Jeff. Sergio was there.
Yeah, Showtime was there.
The Overexposed dudes. We hung out with like Ren and the Overexposed crew a lot that
was
weekend.
Great.
It was fun because we played
Commander.
You got to learn how to play roulette.
Yes.
And won an NFT.
Was that on Saturday or Sunday?
It doesn't matter. I'm just bringing it up.
Nice.
Just another reason of us hanging out with Overexposed. I knew we'd get along great with Jeff and
hell yeah,
and
those
Ren.
guys are awesome. Yeah, that was
honestly,
really cool.
I forget the other 2 guys' names. I know Who.
I never learned the other guy's name.
I know. I can't remember.
That sucks. I meant to. I think I asked him and he told me once, and then I didn't ask him again, which not normally like me. Normally I'll ask a million times. I don't care. But
I could just go in the Discord and be like, "What's your real names again?"
Yeah.
I feel like Jack was one of them, but I'm probably wrong.
My mind wanted to say Josh, but I can't remember.
See, I was gonna say Jack, Joey. Well, whatever. Shout out to you guys.
I'm sorry. The guy that I beat in roulette, you're awesome.
He beat me the next night. Came down to me and him.
Yeah, that sucks.
What was his name? Oh,
right. That's the one I never got his name.
Yeah. Well, anyways, he whipped my ass.
He's Ren's friend.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Yep.
Sorry, bro.
Sunday. Saturday was capped off by that CNFT after party. It was awesome. Yeah. Thank you very much for hosting and putting it on.
It was a great party.
Sunday.
The entertainment was really cool too.
Sunday was mainly the same as Saturday.
Ikigai, Cardano Trees, Clay's Booth, Ada Ninjas, Veggiemates, Books.io, Progenixi, I don't want to say his name, Old Money Whale, and Clay Rich, who dropped in from New York. Awesome. Meld. That's it.
Yes, those were all the booths that he just net. So shout out to Veggiemates.
Yes,
and
actually.
I always screw his name. I say Beastiviz. Is it Beastiviz?
I don't know how to read.
Beastiviz. Anyways,
yeah,
that guy, we're gonna have him on the podcast too. But like, he made me feel so good.
Such a showman.
Because he's like, oh, not fungible guys. Yeah. Let's get a picture. He was so excited to meet us.
That was cool.
The only other time I felt that was when Crypto Fairies ran into us.
Yeah, that was
made me. I felt like a celebrity. People like they're yelling in the hotel room or hotel, and
And actually, that's when we talked to Crypto Fairs on Thursday, but we actually talked to them at their booth on this Sunday.
Yeah, we talked to Crypto Fairies a lot. Shout out to them.
Yeah, Zushan from Ada Ninjas.
Yes.
I don't know, man.
Books.io.
Maria.
Everyone has to go pay attention to what Books.io is doing.
I think so. Yeah. I mean, they're going to do more. 'Cause some people are kind of like, well, so they're book on the blockchain. Think about your e-reader book. If you change your tablet or whatever, like, who knows? I mean, if the publisher did something, they could have different editions. You might lose it. Put your book on the blockchain, keep it forever. Some people are like, why would I pay for a public domain book? They got like variant covers, but then they also are working with publishers and indie publishers to do things. Books.io.
They're definitely doing cool. What I liked the way he was explaining it is that their book and their app that you use to read the book both have keys.
Yeah.
And those keys allow you to read the book on their what's the word I'm looking for? Their app. Their operating
and also
system.
tracks things, so they can tokenize your completion of these books.
Yeah, you get rewarded like 10 hours on our platform.
Yeah,
but the thing so I'm gonna bring this up to Serenity Pictures if they maybe do another movie on the blockchain.
Yes,
is having some form of this because like Pool PM, I can go and watch Toxic a movie without owning it.
Mm-hmm.
With Books.io, you have to own the book and the NFT, and the handshake between the keys that are in the metadata allows you to read the book.
Yeah.
You holding the book, I can't go on there and read it.
Right.
So it's a little more secure. It's like it's legitimate. Like
it's secure, and I mean, like if someone like Serenity did this, they could like timestamp certain parts of the movie, and they'd know like you watched the whole thing versus you didn't. And I think that integration is something that could really help with media on the blockchain.
The only other, now that we're just talking about it real quick, the only thing that would worry me is selling the data, that information. Like Book.io has all your all that
worrying
information on you.
Well, I mean,
like saying like, oh, they've read 10.
You know
what I mean? It's like a collection of data that could they sell it?
They should. Everyone else is doing it.
You know what I mean? Just something like that.
Yeah.
Anyways, that's for another day. But
yeah, we didn't talk to certain things. I'm not going to say who we didn't talk to. I don't know. Like we meant to. Like there were so many booths where I was like, how did I miss this?
We were there like, fuck.
On Sunday, we walked for 7.5 hours nonstop on Sunday.
Shout out to @Utah politician. I want to give I love January. She was. We saw her at the hotel on Friday, and we're like, who is this girl? I'm like, there's a robot following her. Yeah, it looked like a trash can on wheels, and I'm like, what the hell? And then the next day we see it. So we found out it was January, the Utah politician that's pushing for blockchain. Yeah. And then the next day we saw her, and she's on roller skates flying around the conference. I'm like, man. It was great. Fun.
It was pretty good.
So, and we actually ended up going to watch her speak.
Yeah.
We did watch a talk, actually. We went and watched her.
Yes, we did.
Show her some support.
It was good, yeah.
Want to get her on as well. She said she'll be on, so I'll hold her to it.
Nice, I'm down with that.
We had an awesome selfie. Beautiful eyes.
Yeah, that was fun.
So,
that was so funny.
A little inside joke, sorry.
Yeah, you had to be there.
Yes. Next year you can come. I'm looking forward to next year. I hope they take some criticism and change a couple things.
Yeah.
And I'm not meaning our criticism. I'm just saying other people had the same kind of thoughts that we were having.
Yeah, maybe not as vocal as us, but that's okay.
Yeah, that's fine. I mean, I'm not going to shit on the whole thing. It was a great experience. It was a great conference. Could have been done a little bit better. But, hey, we got to meet all the people. A couple people we didn't meet, but that's we were there 15 hours over the weekend.
I literally thinking to myself, I'm like, what more could we have done? I felt like we talked to people nonstop, consistently. Like actually, we sat down on the benches on Saturday for 5 minutes. Outside of that, on Sunday we didn't even stop. We ate lunch, and when we ate lunch, we even ate lunch with new people.
Yeah,
with
we were talking about that guy that you said looked like that guy.
Yes,
he looked like that Spanish movie actor or whatever.
I can't remember his name.
I can't. Yeah.
Also, shout out to Leaf. Shout out to Kadamas.
Yes.
Shout out to.
Go look up what Kadamas are, because I didn't know what the hell they were. I've seen them all the time, but they're fun, man.
Yeah, and Fito from Pacha Nixie. Shout out to, I don't even know. I think we're probably obviously missing people, but shout out to Jay. I forget his handle.
Ugly Bros. Jay.
Yeah.
We missed a few people, but shout out to everyone that was there. I mean, if we forgot you, hey, hit us up and we'll mention you on a tweet or whatever. And it was awesome getting to meet everyone. Honestly,
it really was.
It was a fun community event. even like I went for breakfast with Commander and his wife on Monday.
Man, like really
Commander's
cool.
doing some big shit with lurkers. It was kind of a lurker takeover.
Yeah.
I don't know I'm not even gonna say his name. Hopefully he's coming back. He stepped away from the project for a while, and Commander's kind of taking the reins. So I want to give a shout out to lurkers. We're doing some stuff in that Discord, and we're gonna not revive because it didn't die, but
yeah.
We're doing some big shit with lurkers. Or Commander is anyways. And then Crypto Boutique, same thing. We gave out some shirts. We onboarded a few people. I still have a couple NFTs and a couple of the CNFT Con Crypto Boutique shirts to give away. So I don't know if I'm going to do it in a Rumble in their Discord.
Yeah.
Or maybe we do a giveaway on the podcast or something. We'll figure something out. But I still got some merch, and I did get a bit of swag there was tons of swag over there.
Yeah, we didn't talk about like swag. If you go get the swag, get those T-shirts. It's a lot. It's good.
It is a lot. I loved River Rocks.
Yo, his swag haul was so good.
He put it. He had so much. He laid it out on a bed.
Yeah, and it covered the bed.
Shirts and stickers. The amount of stickers I got, I love it.
Some of those things, and like also, we didn't even talk about this. You go to that conference to get like discounts on everything. Like if you want to mint, you're not minting for floor. You're minting for
There's a lot of like special mints.
Yeah,
too.
And then you mint, you get a T-shirt. You mint, you get a hat, or you get the T-shirt and the hat.
JPEG store you had to do 5 push-ups to get the shirt.
Yeah. Unless
silly,
you went early and talked to Juan and he just gave it to us and gave us everything. Unless you did that. Shout out to NFT Studio 7. That's the dude with the studio. We talked to him earlier on. Studio who's like spilling his drink and stuff. We probably don't remember. We talked to him on Thursday.
I don't remember.
All good. Yeah, I don't know.
I think that's a good enough wrap up.
Yeah.
We should just
let me ask you this. Would you go again?
Yes.
Do you think people that didn't go should go?
There was a lot of FOMO, and they should go. If it's the logistics get like prettied up a little bit, I think it's going to be a hell of a party.
Even better. Yeah.
We might even get a booth.
Yeah, maybe. So, shout out to Legit TV. That's I think Jay or whatever. He took the flight home with us.
Yes, it is legit. Yeah. Jay.
Yeah.
Jay was he was always around the overexposed booth.
Yeah. He's cool dude.
Jeff's buddy. Yeah.
Crypto fairies, man. We already mentioned that, but still, there was really
a lot.
Cool.
There was a lot of people. We're sorry if we didn't mention you.
Yeah, I don't know.
There's gonna be a lot of episodes coming soon. We might even have to start doubling up some weeks.
So yeah, January Walker.
It'd be fun. You know what we should do? We should reach out to 35ers and maybe do a collaborative, long form wrap up of CNFT, like just what everyone thought.
Yeah,
kind of like what we were
live stream kind of deal.
Yeah, or what we were talking about with the panel. Do like a little group
panel. Well, there was talks about what will happen with that whole idea, anyways.
Okay, so
I think that's where we're at.
Hopefully you're still with us. Thank you for listening. Hope we gave you some FOMO to join us next year at CNFT Con 2023.
Yeah.
I don't know if they started planning the dates, but hopefully we'll be there.
Do you think it'll be in Vegas again or somewhere else?
I feel like Vegas is the spot.
Yeah, might as well, right? All right. That's that. I hope you enjoyed this Saturday episode, everyone. And
non-fungible guys.
We out. Good. That was cool. I want to go back to Vegas. Yeah, let's do it.